Alright, what's up y'all? I'm going to be showing y'all how to spin a basketball on your finger, just like that. Okay, now to get started, I suggest that you get a 28.5 basketball, because usually with smaller basketballs, whenever you spin them on your finger, it's a lot lighter, so you can catch it better. And it kind of just makes it a whole lot easier. So I suggest that you get one of these. And then what you first want to do with it is, so as soon as you get it, you put your right hand on the bottom, and then your left hand on the side right here. And then get used to spinning it just like that. Just like that. So just spin it up in the air like that. And then try to get it to where the axis is just in the middle like that, to where it spins just around. And then whenever you catch it on your finger, you want to spin it right at the bottom. You want to put your finger right at the bottom. That way it just spins right here. And then the faster you spin it, the easier it'll be. So you put your fingers right here. So you put your hands right here. And then you spin it like that. Just like that. Then catching it will be a little bit hard. And actually, so I suggest whenever you first catch it, whenever you're first learning how to do it, whenever you spin it, I suggest catching it with your fingers crossed. So your pointer finger should be underneath your middle finger like that. That way, like it's stronger. So it's like it has more support, like this, and it'll kind of just be a lot easier to catch it. And then it doesn't matter like for how long you do it. Right now you're kind of just like focusing on just like getting it to your fingers. So even if you just go like that, and it doesn't spin for very long, it's still a good start. And then yeah, this is kind of the part that people have trouble with. It's kind of just like whenever you spin it, like the spin is the hardest part to get down, because if you spin it like this, to where it's just a little bit sideways, then like the axis will be right here, and then it'll be spinning that way, and you don't want it to spin that way, because whenever you spin it that way, it'll fall off. So you want to spin it up and down like that, to where it's like just like this. And then the faster you spin it, the easier it'll be to balance it on your finger. So you can just go like that. And then so another way to start, if it's a little bit too tricky for you to, and I need to clarify this. So whenever you start, spin it clockwise. So whenever you spin it clockwise, it's kind of just easier to catch it on your finger, in my opinion, than this way. Because this way you kind of have to use your left hand more. Then I'm right-handed, so like this way it's kind of just like the rotation of my wrist. So whenever you do it, this hand is just for stabilizing, and this hand is just about the flick of the wrist, where you throw it up and then try to catch it. And sometimes it is easier to just do it with your with just one hand, to where you just kind of want to like spin it and catch it on your finger. And this way, like whenever you do it, you don't have to like throw it up in the air like that. You can kind of just like that. It's like the transition between like you spinning and catching on your fingers, it's not very long. So this is a little bit of a more confusing topic. So this one, it might need a part 2 if y'all want one, so I can go into more depth on how to spin it, and then comment down below like which parts you need help on. And then in the second video that I'll post, it'll kind of just be like letting me know which parts y'all need help with. So be sure to give this like a good amount of practice. So because like, you know, just like most things, you probably won't get it first try. It's not really something super easy to get, but once you get good at it, it's very impressive, and it's a cool skill to learn. And then you can do all sorts of cool tricks, like switching fingers, to where you can go on your pinky, or you can put it on your thumb, or sometimes you can make it go faster by like hitting the side of it this is probably the hardest part for me to learn, because like I feel like it's a little bit harder to like make it go for a while. But if you're trying to make it spin for a longer amount of time, then hitting the side of it will be a little bit better. Although if you hit it at just the wrong point, then it'll knock the ball off your finger. So I don't recommend doing that until you get pretty good at it, because I'm not really very good at that either. But you know, it's kind of just an interesting skill. And yeah, you can work on like switching hands, but in balancing it is the key. Like if it's starting to tilt this way, then like move your finger towards that way. The more you do it, the more natural it'll become. But yeah, this is one that you kind of just have to give it a little bit of practice, and it'll become easier and easier. And then you can start to become, and then like once you get good at doing it with your fingers crossed, you can go to your pointer finger. And then if you want to do this with the 29.5, then it might it'll probably be a little bit harder because it weighs more. So like for this one, it weighs less, so it's a little bit easier to like keep it on your finger. So I do suggest starting with the 28.5, but whenever you have a 29.5, sometimes it's just a little bit heavier and it involves a little bit more practice. So thanks for watching. Subscribe to MrBeast, and bye.